Dear audience, welcome to the show POWERchat. In today's episode, we will be discussing on interfaith dialogue in Nepal. Joining us today is Mr. Keshab Prasad Chaulagain, Founder Secretary of the Interreligious Council Nepal. Please allow me to welcome him. Welcome to the show, Mr. Chaulagain.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Yeah, we have been.
Well, you have been engaged in interfaith dialogue for a long time.
Yes.
Also creating substance through your writing, interacting with many people in and outside Nepal. How do you see the agenda of peace linking to interreligious dialogue in the context of Nepal?
Thank you. Yeah, when we talk about the interfaith dialogue, and it is very interesting and very challenging also. But we had started interfaith dialogue in Nepal when the Maoist insurgency was going on. So our experience to develop the interfaith cooperation also. So we focused on common agenda. It was the peace. And before that, we completed the one research, role of religion and spirituality in peace building process. After completing this research, many friends, religious or the other faith groups also came with us, and we start for the peace initiatives, and then we formed Interreligious Peace Committee, and after that Interreligious Council Nepal. And that time was very dangerous time, because both sides were killing each others, Maoist and the government. In this time, to expose our religious initiatives, it was not easy, but we had one common agenda. It was the peace, it was the reconciliation. So other community friends also came with us, and we formed and we start the cooperation. So our beginning interfaith, our collaboration was started with interfaith cooperation, not the interfaith dialogue, because that time we had no necessary to dialogue each others. We had that time the necessary was to stop the human killing, Nepalese killing from the Maoist and the government side. So we had started the cooperation, interfaith cooperation. So in Nepal, interfaith cooperation is very popular. Interfaith cooperation is very welcomed rather than the interfaith dialogue.
Well, how do you see the situation of interfaith dialogue at the moment? Because the 10-year long conflict already completed, and it's already been more than 10 years that the then Maoist have joined the mainstream politics, peace process. How do you see the situation of interfaith dialogue at the moment?
Yeah, thank you. So in the conflict time, we had written role of religion and spirituality peace building process, and after completing the peace process, we released the new constitution. So we started the new concept, new initiative. It was Swaraj and Mel Milap. Yeah, so it means Swaraj. It is very highlighted by the Mahatma Gandhi in India, but it is the based on the Vedic verse. Yeah, so Swaraj and Mel Milap. It means the reconciliation. So Swaraj and Mel Milap, I completed one small book writing, and after that I approached our other religious community, and we are joining each others. And in between, when the constitution assembly was drafting the new constitution, that time we had organized many workshops, many interactions, and sometime we also organized the parallel interaction of the parliamentary also, constitutional assembly also, such as the dialogue committee was formed in the constitutional assembly. Same topics we conducted the interaction among the religious group and the civil society and the parliamentary also. So parallelly we worked, but it was a very silence was, because and this one. And the third one, many we issued the press release in between also, because we had to help to draft the new constitution, because constitution is the one of the major component of the peace process. So to draft the new constitution also was very important for us, because it may guarantee the peaceful situation of Nepal. Particularly the political stability, political settlement was guaranteed by the constitution. So we focus to the constitution, to draft the constitution, to succeed the constitution. So we again after the peace agreement with the Maoists and the government, and then the political your settlement was started, then we focused on the to draft the new constitution.
Well, Mr. Chaulagain, very interesting substance of your research, your writings that you are referring here. Do you think that these inputs have been incorporated within the state mechanism at the moment, within the constitution and other laws related to right to religion and conscience?
Yeah, thank you. But one thing, that time our focus was to maintain the peace politically also, not only the religious aspect, and we had not only the religious aspect, we had the complete aspect. It was the peace process. So in between we discussed many things, but when it came out constitution, so there is the provision of the religious freedom, and there is the some controversially, yes, controversial word and controversial ideology was there. We found that state had declared the secular, but without definition. What is the meaning of secular? And without definition of secular, it was announced. And in writing, final in constitution also, they announced the secular, but the definition they said the in Nepali Sanatan dekhi chalदै आएको, it means the your
in practice for long time,
it will be maintained, it will be guaranteed. This kind of the definition has created there.
But do you think that the international mechanisms or instrument or rights on right to religion and conscience and the principles of secularism in Nepal contradict at the moment?
Yeah, contradict. Because secular, why we are adopting the secular? Because for the guarantee of the religious freedom. Yeah, so religious freedom, to guarantee the religious freedom, as a academician, I think that secular is not the appropriate word, because secular, Nepal was practicing as a Hindu kingdom. Yeah, and our neighbor India is the very largest, but the majority are the Hindu, but they are the secular. But in Nepal and in India, in both war, when they are drafted the secularism in their constitution, both countries had the criticals. Yeah, in Nepal, particularly Nepal, when we talk about the secularism to guarantee the religious freedom, it is not appropriate, as I think personally, because.
But Mr. Chaulagain, it's already in operation, with the new federal setup. Country has accepted the principle of secularism.
Yeah.
Is it valid to say that the principles of secularism were not at the moment are not accepted?
No, the acceptation and not acceptation is not the matter. Yeah, because this is the acceptation. There is the no, because Hinduism itself by nature, Hinduism itself the secular by nature. Yeah, because they never interfere to other state. So never interfere to the state, Hinduism. Never they issue any fatwa, order in the election time in Hindu practice. So
don't you think that secularism provides better space for all religions to come for interfaith dialogues, tolerance, religious tolerance, peace and stability?
At present, in my observation, chances of this kind of violence in Nepal is still. The one cause is maybe the religious causes, because Hindu sentiment versus the secular sentiment, maybe fight, maybe conflict in Nepal. So I am trying to define secular means to guarantee the religious freedom. It is sufficient to write the constitution, and it is practiced in the globally many countries' constitution. We found that right to religious freedom and conscience is sufficient. To write the constitution, this terminology, right to religious freedom and conscience, is sufficient, because many countries had adopted this terminology in their constitution to guarantee the secularism. So, and one thing, and by activists, some activists, they think no, we are suppressing by the Christianity and other religion. Sometimes by the foreigners, they forced to to draft the constitution, the secularism. Yeah. So, but my academic analysis. So to solve this problem globally also, not only in Nepal and not only in India also. Yeah. Globally, to guarantee the religious freedom, it is the better. Better is the right to religious freedom and conscience. This terminology is the very better. And second thing, so in our constitution, after writing the secular, why they define the another kind of the definitions. So there is the confusion. I think. So to eliminate this type of the confusion, we can write only single word. Right to religious freedom and conscience, it is sufficient.
Well, Mr. Chaulagain, could you tell us more about the activities of your organization, Interreligious Council Nepal? How do you collaborate with different religions to come up together for a common goal, that is peace and stability through religion?
Thank you. First of all, we respect each others. We respect other religious minority groups of Christians, Muslims, Baha'i, and Jain, Kirat, other religious groups. We first respect them, and we come together to solve the common issues, such as the violence against women network, violence against the women. This kind of the initiative we have also started. I was the founder chairman of that network, and this violence against women interfaith network was established with the collaboration of the UNIFEM. That time UNIFEM, at times it called the UN Women. Yeah. So this kind of the initiative also we had started. It means we are focusing to solve the social problems, political problems, peace problems. So this kind of the common issue help us to understand each other's all religious faith. So they are very easy method we have used in Nepal. To jointly we are solving the social issues, political issues, other conflict issues, and the discriminated issues also. So very simple method we are applying and getting the very good result.
What are the issues of disagreement among different religious groups, and how can they be solved?
No issue. We never talk about each other's. Yeah. We know it, but because their practice is different, our practice is different. But besides that, we have no any harmful practices each others. Such as they also invite us in such as Christian invite us in the Christmas and other issues. We participate there. The Muslims also invite us in their Eid and other their festivals. We also participate there. We also invite both all religious groups. They also participate. Also, we have no common differences. Yeah, we know their practices, ritual practice are different, but it is not harmful for us. Also, we think as a majority Hindu, I think that their practice is not harmful with us also. So, and second thing is that we always encourage to them and to focus, to priority the nations, nation first. So when we talk about the nation first, so all community will join each other. So we never care their practices, but we participate each other's programs, and we develop our understanding.
What is the institutional structure of the Interreligious Council Nepal? You representing, does this council represent religious leaders from all religious faiths?
Yeah. So properly, when we formed the Interreligious Council Nepal, the proper organization, religious organization, where started the solidarity, such as the Islamic Sangh Nepal. This is the authentic Islamic, only one organization, Islamic Sangh Nepal. This is the all. It holds the all Muslims in their own organization. So Ittihad Sangh also one of the organization. They also participate also in the Christian community also. NCC and Christian and National Council of Churches and other sect of the other denomination of the Christian faith. They also with us. The same time the Baha'i community, same time the Jain community. So these all authentic community were with us, and we never choose this one is our in our favor, these are not in our favor. We never think like that. So we all invited them and they all came us. So I think all of the other minority group, other faith groups, all are engaged with us.
Well, Mr. Chaulagain, you are referring to the violence against women.
Yeah.
How do you see the recent tendency of the violence against women with different incidents, especially that of the sexual harassment and rape? What is the role of religious leaders, creating awareness among all sectors of our society, stopping violence against women, all forms of violence against women?
Yeah.
What is the role of the state organs?
Yeah. First of all, when I had started to think to stop the violence against women, that time the many women and girls were victimized by the Maoist insurgency, Maoist conflict. So they they left from their house and they start to work in the restaurant and other risky areas. They start job. There are some problems, but at present, after the settlement of the politics everywhere, so this kind of the imbalance, injustice has been started. So the unexpected situation now it is developing. So our area was very limited that time. So beside that we continue we worked. In between we had also worked with the UNICEF also. UNICEF also we had 2 years, near about 2 years we worked with the UNICEF regarding this to the violence against women network, work with the UNICEF to stop the child marriage also. So this kind of activities we are doing. And some INGOs also. So at present we are working with the Plant Internationals and the sometimes the CVN also, with the collaboration. This have the collaboration activity we are still doing, but it is not sufficient, I think. So really our religious groups, all community are traveling to many districts where are the more problems, but it is not sufficient. So at present we are focusing, we are preaching for our media also. FM, some FM, we are also preaching to them and to be the further to respect the woman, to respect the child, and to help to the social transformation. So I think.
What do you have to say about the state's responsibility? Because there is criticism that the actions have not been taken against the perpetrators.
Yeah,
don't you think the cases are increasing because of the impunity?
Yeah, impunity. So if the government, first of all, this kind of incident should be punished. Yeah, so this is the role of the government. So they are not doing exactly which we want and society wants. The second thing, so religious groups are not directly counter to the government or the agency. They only preach to the people, to the society, very friendly, very. But I think at present that this many incident is going to happen here. So this type religious community is trying to meet the Home Ministry, to meet the government, Prime Ministers, and to pressure to them, because other pressure are not working, not taking properly, I think.
Well, how do you see the relationship among three different dimensions: peace building, religion, and development in the context of Nepal?
Thank you. So very seriousness. So when we started the peace building and when our initiative was going on that time, in 2011, Georgetown University, Washington DC, on Berkeley Center has organized the global conference in Dhaka, particular issue on the development. Faith, the topics were the role of faith inspired institution in development. So we are also involved with the development. And I am really happy that the international committee, particularly academic institutions, are thinking regarding this area. Yeah. So development issue, to help the development issue, religious role is also very important, because one of the major thing is the corruption. Yeah, corruption is higher everywhere. So corruption is the always disturb to the development. Yeah. So if we will convince to the people, if we the pressure to the people, a particular government level, so and it may be reduce the corruption and it may help to the development. And one thing, and second thing, we religious group also collecting some funds sometimes from the people, and we are also investing for the society, for the social development. Yeah, such as the health side, such as the education sector. We are also providing some financial and other help also. So this is also the related with the development. So role of religion in the development is very interesting, and we are also focusing there. And in Nepal, many many religious program collected the fund, and they help to the building the schools, college, and the hospitals also. So in Nepal also we are involving in small level in the development.
How do you see the system of education in Nepal? Do you think that education, the universities and academia, they are providing with appropriate education to the youths and our children who could later think about religious tolerance, respecting all religions?
Thank you. When we involve in the peace process through the religious field, we found that all are worried about the religion. All are worried. Academicians are also worried. Politicians also worried, and your policy and the all community, even the media also worried with the religious groups. So why? Because religious group always preaches about the peace, tolerance, and harmony, everything. So why you are worried with them? And why you are not using the religious activities? It is for the development, for the peace, for the nation building. Because every day many program is organizing by the religious community in society. So if the media group, intellectual groups, academicians, and the government also, and politicians also, if they guide and if they request to the religious group to focus the major area, they can have there also. But they are worried, and I think there is two many kind. One cause is the they have no idea about the religion. First thing. Second thing, sometimes some politician and government have the many weakness, and they think that if they work with the religious group, they may question to the politician and the government. So they are not interested to work with the religious group. Sometimes the media group also, because media group they have no idea, and sometimes they are also guided by their corporate house, corporate. So they are also not interested to work to use the religious influence, to use for the development of the nation, society. So I think that there is some cause. Otherwise, religious group can help to the society, government, everyone, without any controversy, without any discrimination. They teach to all community, without any discrimination, without any partiality. Without any partiality, they can help to all. So why this kind of the religious influence is not using in our society? So our duty at present, I think we have also pushed to the government. And one incident, when the new constitution has drafted, I organized the one program in our ashram, Vindhyavasini Adhyatmik Sangh. I was the chairman of this organization. It lies in the Satungali in our. I invited two deputy mayors. Yeah, both are the women. Yeah, Chandragiri and Kirtipur. Both women came here because at present government constitution has provided them the judicial right also. Yeah, judicial right also, and they have the right to form the reconciliation committee also in the municipality, and they can provide the justice to them their citizens. So we talk with them, and some retired home minister, retired home secretary, and retired official were also invited there, and we share with them how the municipality deputy mayor can provide the justice in the society, So this, after that, I tried to launch the same kind of the program in many municipality, but I am not success.
Well, Mr. Chaulagain, there are many interesting issues, but we are coming to the end of the show. Do you have any final thoughts you want to share to our audience very quickly?
Thank you. At Pant in Nepal, we are success to prove that the role of religion in conflict transformation, role of religion in development, role of religion in the society for the harmony we have established. We are doing more, and international community, particularly United States Institute of Peace and Georgetown University, and the same kind of the international organization also work with us, and they also trust with us, and we can in future we can help to the society betterment and for the peace.
Well, Mr. Chaulagain, it was pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you to you also to provide me the time and to provide my ideas to the society. Thank you.
Dear audience, time now to wrap up the show. Keep watching us. See you next week. Namaste.